Good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you all. How has the week been? How have you all been? Welcome to another session of A Dose of Encouragement Inc. And I'm super excited to be here with you all and chit chat with you all. Welcome. How is it going? How is it going? How is it going? Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to you all. When you get on here, please share for us. When you get on here, please share for us as we do same. And we will start in a minute. We will start in a minute. We will start in a minute. You are very welcome. Excuse me. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. It is so amazing and it is so good to be here with you. When you get on here, let us know where you are watching us from. Let us know where you are watching us from and keep tapping on the like button for us. If you have any questions, feel free and put it in the chat for us. You are welcome. How was the week for you? How was the week for you? How was the week for you? It is always a blessing to be on here to have a conversation with us. And so today, what we're looking at is trust, right? That is what we're looking at, trust and its importance. Trust and everything that comes with it, trust and everything that goes with it, trust and everything that we need to know about, right? Trust and its importance. So as I do that honor here, please do well and share for us. Do well and share for us. Do well and share for us. But let me know in the chat how you've been. Let me know in the chat how the week has been for you. Let me know in the chat how the week has been for you. So what is trust, right? If anybody can put it in the chat for us, this is an interactive session. So let us know what is trust, right? Let me know what is trust. What do you think of when somebody says, hey, you got to trust, you have to trust this, you have to trust the process, you have to trust this person, you have to trust what is going on, what comes into your mind, what exactly do you think of, what exactly comes in, right? What do you think about when somebody says, hey, you gotta trust this person, right? So I wrote on here, I said, trust is a firm belief, right, in the reliability, truth, ability of something, right? Putting all our trust in that thing, putting all our trust in that person, putting all our trust in someone, putting all our trust in something that we believe in, right? Trust need to be the foundation of every relationship. Trust need to be the foundation of every communication. Trust need to be the foundation of anything and everything that we have going on. Because without that, relationship breaks. Without that, things are not going to go the way they're supposed to. Without that, things destroy. Without that, animosity coming. Without that, right? Things go left, right? So we gotta be sure, we gotta be responsible to believe and trust. We gotta be responsible to know that, hey, if this is what I want, then I need to trust that person totally. You cannot also trust somebody where you trust them half and half, right? That is not going to work, because that will also mean that you are not fully going to understand what that person is telling you. You are not fully going to understand however that relationship is going to be like. You are not fully going to understand what exactly you have to do to build what you got. You have to do to maintain what you have in your hands, right? So it is a firm belief in the reliability of something. It is a firm belief in the reliability of our ability, trusting the truth, trusting our ability, trusting somebody's ability, trusting somebody to be there for you, trusting somebody to have your back, trusting somebody to hold you when things go south, when things are not looking well, right? Trusting that that person will be there for you, or that thing would help and sustain whatever you have going on. But if you do not have that, if all you do is asking or telling this person this, that, and that, then there is no trust, right? It breaks that relationship. It breaks that momentum that you guys have built, or it breaks whatever has been going on, right? 1 second on here as we do this. Right? So we got to do our very best to be sure that whatever we find ourselves in, whatever or wherever we find ourselves, right? We are trusting. It got to be total trust. It cannot be half and half. It got to be total trust. It cannot be, oh, I'm going to trust you on this, but I'm not going to trust you on this. I'm going to trust you on that, but I'm not going to trust you on that. I'm going to trust that you're going to do this for me, but then I'm not going to trust that you are going to do this, right? It comes in both ways. It goes hand in hand. Many times we destroy our own relationships. Many times we destroy our own circle. Many times we destroy the things that we have built with our own hands because we do not trust somebody, or because we have some type of thing, or we have certain things that prevent us from seeing things the way they are. I always say that thoughts are not facts, right? Thoughts are not facts. Thoughts are always need to be or should always be validated, right? So thoughts are not the fact that you think that this is what is going to happen doesn't mean that this is what is happening. The fact that you think that, oh, this person is doing that doesn't mean that is what is happening, right? So it has to be total trust for whatever you have going on to push forth, right? I said whether it's friendship or relationship, all type of bonds need to be built on trust. All type of bonds need to be built on trust. You cannot trust a person when it comes to things that pertain you. You cannot trust a person when you are benefiting. You cannot trust a person when you are okay and then the other minute you are not because you feel some type of way. Right? The best way to find out if you can trust somebody or if you can trust someone is to trust yourself, to trust them. Right? So, yes, I am doing this with you. Yes, I am saying this thing with you. Yes, we are in this together. For you to trust me or for me to trust you, you got to trust me. Right? You got to have that ability to know for a fact that that person trusts you enough to talk to you. That person trusts you enough to be with you. That person trusts you enough to be in your circle. That person trusts you enough to ask for your advice in certain things. Trusting goes a very long way, right? So when you choose and pick when to trust, when you choose and pick what or which one, which of the scenarios you're going to trust, you only bring issues, you only bring separations in whatever you've built, in whatever you have going on, right? Whether it's with a friend, whether it's with a coworker, whether it's with your spouse, whether it's with your family member, right? You got to trust yourself to trust them. If you are not trusting them, then you don't trust yourself. Hey, Richmond, how are you doing? If you are not trusting them because of what your pre-position or what you have thought of, then you are not trusting yourself. So let me ask you this. Do you trust yourself? Because it is only then that you will trust somebody. Right? It is only then that you will trust somebody. Do you trust yourself? Right? Because in order for you to have a firm belief in their reliability, in their truth, and in their ability, you got to trust yourself. Do you trust yourself? Guys, keep liking for us and keep sharing for us as well, right? Do you trust yourself is the question here. Oh, but this person is going to do this. That person is going to do that. Do you trust yourself? If you are able to answer that question, then all your fears will be settled. Then all your doubt will be settled if you trust yourself. If you don't see yourself doing that same thing that you thinking that person is gonna do, then you have an issue, right? Trust is end when action meets words, right? When action meets words, that is when trust is end. So that is why I said earlier on, do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself enough to not do what you thinking that person is going to do? Right? We end up finding ourselves in situations where we are constantly being told that I don't trust you. Oh, this thing you're doing, I don't believe it. Oh, this thing you're doing, I don't believe it. Do you trust yourself? Is the question here. Build that foundation, build that stability to be able to trust that person enough, to be able to trust that person that is in your life, to be able to hold forth and say that, hey, I know for a fact that this person right here has my back. I know for a fact that this person right here can hold me when things go south. Yes, you cannot trust others if you are not trustworthy yourself. That's what he said. Right? So, do you trust yourself? You are always pointing fingers, or you are always telling somebody, I don't trust you, or why is this, why is that, why do you trust yourself? Is the question. What will make you not trust that person? What will make you think that that person doesn't have your best interest at heart? What will make you think that that person won't be there for you when things go south? Again, it boils back to, do you trust your own self? Right? And people are going, oh, why is she talking about trust? Do you trust your own self? Because if you don't have trust for somebody or for something, what is making you not have that trust? What exactly are you seeing, or what exactly is that person doing, or what exactly do you think, not even is that person doing, do you think that person is doing that you are not trusting them? Again, if you are not trustworthy yourself, how can others trust you? If you are not trustworthy yourself, how can you trust others, right? So trust is end when action meet words, right? Be careful who you trust as well. Be careful who you pour out your heart to. Be careful who you tell your business. Be careful who you open up to. Be careful who you basically complain to. Be careful who you pour out your deepest secret to. Because for you to do that, you have to be tested and proven that, hey, this person I'm going to talk to, he or she is going to have my best interest at heart. He or she will be able to hold that water, right? He'll be able to hold that water, right? Can you hold water? Can you keep that secret that that person talked to you about? Can you not tell anybody about it? Can you hold it so you are no more here? Can you hold it? Can you be trusted? Right? Can you be trusted? Am I hitting on some nerves? Can you be trusted? I want this to be interactive. Can you be trusted? Right? I said, if someone can discuss someone with you, they will certainly discuss with they would certainly discuss you with others, right? So if they are comfortable enough to talk to you about that person's issue, to talk to you, to pick up a phone and talk to you about that person's scenario, that what that person is going through, then they definitely will be able to talk to you others about you if you are not around. Pour out all your business on the ground for you, right? right? They would definitely go ahead and talk your business, right, to others. They would definitely go ahead and tell people what you told them, what they know about you. So many times you hear stories about yourself. Many times you hear, oh, somebody has said it. Many times you hear, oh, this person is saying this about me. Ask yourself, who did you speak to? Was that person trustworthy enough? Was that person able to hold that information that you told them? Be careful who you trust, right? And I said, without communication, there is no relationship, right? Without communication, there is no relationship. Without respect, there is no love. Without trust, there is no reason to continue what is going on, right? There is no reason to continue you telling your business. There is no reason to even sit and have a conversation. There is no reason to do that because that person has made up their mind that regardless of however or regardless of whatever you tell them, they are still going to have doubt. But ask yourself, are you trustworthy? Do you trust your own self? If you cannot trust your own self, then there is an issue. If you cannot hold water, then that is an issue. If all you do is point fingers and tell that person that, hey, you, I don't trust you, hey, you that, hey, you that, then you are the issue. Trust goes a long way, right? We need to build every foundation, every relationships on trust. Because it is only then that you can live freely. It is only then that you can live in a peaceful manner. It is only then that you can go about doing the things that you love, doing the things that you're passionate about, without you having to have it at the back of your mind that, oh, that person doesn't trust me. Oh, I don't trust that person because of A, B, C, and Z. Right? How well do you trust yourself? How well are you expecting that person to trust you if you don't trust them? Right? If you don't trust that person to have your best interest at heart, if you don't trust that person to hold you down when you are not there, to hold you down when things are going south, to hold you down when everything is hitting you left, right, center, then there is no need to continue that relationship. There is no need to continue that friendship. Right? There is no need to continue that. I wrote here, I said, remember to verify before you trust. Because on the other hand, when you put your trust so quick in people, you end up getting disappointed. You end up getting disappointed. Right? You end up getting disappointed. You end up getting your dreams and your how do I put it? I don't want to use the word aspirations, but have your things that you were looking up for shattered, right? You have that shattered because you trusted too quick. You didn't do verification. You didn't verify if that person is what you putting all your trust in. If that person is what you giving them all your trust and you pouring out all your business to them. Right? I'm looking at this because I'm sharing it on others. Right? Guys, keep sharing for us and keep liking the video for us. Keep tapping on the likes button for us. If you have any contribution, feel free and put it in the chat. Right? You were too quick to trust. You were too quick to give that person all the information that you have. You were too quick. Did you verify before you trust in that person? Remember to verify before you trust. Remember, trust is built on consistency. Trust is built on oneself. Trust is built on however that person sees themselves. So if somebody choose not to trust you, it is on them and not you. It is on them and not you. Because maybe all you ever doing is giving it your all. Maybe all you ever doing is holding these people or this person in high esteem. Maybe all you doing is that you trust this person fully. Maybe that is what you have done. Maybe that is what you have done. Trusting them with all your heart, with everything that you got, because you trust yourself. And then that person chooses not to trust you because they themselves, they don't trust their own self. Right? Some of us too, we trust so quick that we end up getting our dreams and aspirations shattered. Right? Because we trusted that person. We are so eager and so happy to explain or tell them what is going on with us, what we have going on, right? What we have set in place, what we have planned. And then at the end of the day, things doesn't work, right? And then they end up not trusting you because whatever happened didn't work, or whatever you told them didn't work. Sometimes it is out of your control. Sometimes all you gotta do is explain stuff to them. But even after you have explained things to them, right, it is on them to decide if they're gonna trust or not. So it has to do more with that person and not you. It has to do more with whatever that person has going on and not you. It has to do with whatever that person has been through before and not you. Right? So you just do you. You just be yourself. You just go about doing what you know best to do. Because you cannot do anything about it if that person chooses not to trust you. You cannot force them to trust you. Because what they have to remember, or what they have to come to understand, is that eventually they end up destroying that relationship that they've built with their doubt. Right? So, trust is built on consistency. Remember to trust in dreams, for in them are hidden gates to eternity. Remember to trust in your dreams. Remember to trust in the things you have going on for you. Remember to trust in the aspirations that you have built for yourself, right? Because it is only then that you'll be able to achieve those goals and aspirations that you have set for yourself, right? I said, remember trust take years to build, but seconds to break and forever to repair, right? It takes a lot to build trust. It takes a whole lot to build trust. It takes a whole lot to put your trust in somebody, to tell that person that, hey, I trust you completely. Hey, regardless of whatever it is, I trust you completely. But it takes a minute to break them, especially when all you're doing is doing your best, when all you're doing is giving your best, when all you're doing is giving your all, and that person chooses to doubt you for a second because of some reason of theirs, or because of whatever their reason is, right? Choose you over everything else, over everyone else. Choose you. Your sanity, your peace of mind matters. So if all that person is, all that friend does is being negative, all that friend does is talking down, all that friend does is not trusting you, Go about and do what you love to do. Because trust need to start with them and not you. Right? They need to come to terms with the fact that I need to trust myself in order to trust that person. So if I'm not trusting that person, that means that I do not trust my own self. They have to come to the realization of that. Right? They have to come to that realization. And so sometimes you got to leave that fellow. If it's taking them longer time to reach there, you got to let them be. You got to let them be. And keep doing you. Keep doing what you know best to do. Keep doing the things that you need to do. Right? Keep doing you. Keep doing you. I salute you too, my brother. How are you doing? How are you doing? Kwame Testimony, how are you doing? Guys, keep liking for us and keep sharing for us as well. Right? So if that person is not trusting you, it is on them. As I just said. Because it takes a whole lot to build that trust. It takes years and years over years to build that trust. But it takes a split second to break that. It takes a split second to throw that trust out of the window. If you don't trust that person, it takes a split second. If that trust is broken, it takes years again to rebuild that up. So if you are not being trusted, it is on them and not you. Right? Don't let that trust that you've built over the years be shattered in split second. Because you chose not to trust your own self and feed off that onto others. Trust in your own ability. Trust in your own self. Trust in the things that you are capable of doing. Trust in you. Because that will give you the ability to trust others. That will give you the ability to not just trust them anyhow, but trust them completely. How well do you know yourself? How well do you trust yourself? How well do you believe in you to believe in others? How well? Right? So it takes a split second to break it, and it takes forever to repair it. Once that is broken, it can never be the same. Once that is broken, you guys can never go back to where you were. Once that is broken, time out. It is done. But you, that person that you are not being trusted, if your heart is pure, if all you've done is being truthful to yourself, don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Keep being you. Keep working at you. Right? And don't care what the other person said. Because as I said earlier on, if they can talk to somebody about you, then if they can talk to you about somebody, then they can definitely talk to somebody about you. Right? They can definitely talk to somebody about you. How safe are you with them? Right? Guys, if you have any questions, feel free and put it in the chat, and keep sharing your comment and keep liking the video for us as well, right? The likes allows these platforms to push them out. So keep liking it for us. Thank you so much. Right? And if you have any questions too, feel free and ask. Feel free and put your questions in the chat if you have any questions, right? So if that person decide not to do that, Keep being you, especially if all you've ever done is trusting and being truthful to the process, being truthful to whatever is going on, being truthful to the situation. Then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and be you. Go ahead and be you and let them deal with their trust issues. Right? Because you don't want to have to spend years and years rebuilding that trust that is broken, years and years rebuilding what it was taken away. It takes forever to rebuild them, right? I said, remember, once trust is broken, you can never look at that the same way again. Once that bond is broken, things are no more the same. Once that is broken, things start going downhill. Once that is broken, everything starts breaking away piece by piece. So you realize that even the things that you're not supposed to think that, hey, is this really genuine? You start thinking, oh, I don't trust this. Oh, I don't trust that. Oh, this is you start thinking about that. Right? It starts chipping away because you chose not to trust. You chose to not believe in your own self. You chose to question things that are not even things. You chose to use your thoughts other than you finding out if they are really facts. Trust is one valuable thing that every relationship needs to have. Trust is one valuable thing that everybody can have when there is a relationship, when there is a friendship involved. Can trust be blind, or should it always be accompanied by verification? It should always be accompanied by verification. It is always be accompanied by verification. That is why I said that you got to verify that before you trust it. You cannot just jump in because you saw that person doing well or being nice to you. You cannot just jump in and trust them. It got to be verified. When you lose trust, when you lose trust from your destiny helper, how can you gain them? How can you gain it back? It starts by you admitting that, hey, this is what I did. What exactly did you do to lose trust in your destiny helper? That's where it starts, right? And finding ways to rebuild it, finding ways to fix it, right? Finding ways to fix it. That is how it starts. So, what exactly did you do to lose trust in them? Maybe it might be your own, as I said earlier on, you need to trust yourself to trust. So, maybe it is with your own self too. Guys, keep tapping on the like button for us and keep sharing for us. Thank you so much. Right? Maybe it has to do with you. Because I said earlier on, you have to trust yourself to know for a fact that that thing that person is doing doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong, or doesn't mean that things is going south, or doesn't mean that that is what is happening. Thoughts need to be verified. Thoughts need to be checked. So is it just your thought thinking that your destiny helper doesn't trust you anymore, or is it fact? Right? You got to verify those. So Richmond is that it has to be accompanied by verification. It has to be accompanied by that is why for me, you don't see me being, if I become so close to you, if I become so close that I trust you enough, then I basically have done my findings. If the destiny helper insists that they will not mind you again, what will you do? They will not mind you because of what? Again, It has to start from what exactly did you do? Because maybe it is all up here. This is what causes rifts in relationships, right? Whether friendship or spouse wise or family, right? This is what causes friction in relationships, right? You saying that they decided not to mind you again. Have you verified that thought? Are those legit facts, or it is your imagination? Thoughts are not always facts. So it is your belief saying that it is because of trust issue. Do you trust yourself that you haven't done anything? Do you trust yourself that whatever you did or whatever is going on up here are facts? Right? It could be so many reasons why that person is not definitely at your beck and call as they used to. And what we do is that we refuse to find those because that person is not communicating with us as they used to do. We think that that is because that person is not paying attention. Do you think that is what it is? But the person is destined for you. So why should the person go? How do you know the person has gone away? Right now, what I'm hearing from what you are talking about, again, I'm going to ask you, are these facts or are these your thoughts that this is what is happening? If you have not verified that that is what is happening, you have no basis. Right? If you have not verified that this is what is happening, they might be tied up somewhere, because what you're refusing to remember is that this destiny helper too might have a life. Right? So have you sat down for a minute to think of what they might be dealing with? Why they are not at your disposal? Example, what is the reaction of the person? And again, are these your thoughts or are these facts? Are you basing this on the fact that that person is not responding to your comments, that person is not saying hi, or you have actually verified it and that person has told you A, B, C, and Z is the reason why I am no more responding to you? See, I want us to have that mentality where we basically check facts and thoughts, right? Other than we jump into conclusions, right? Because 9 out of 10 times, that is what people do. They jump into conclusion because they think this is what is happening. Meanwhile, it's a whole different issue. And then they use their own hands and their own thoughts to destroy what they have going on. It is factual. So go to that person and ask that person, what did I do? If that person had told you this is what you did, you saying sorry, you finding ways to amend it shouldn't be difficult. Now, if you decide to do that and still the person does not respond to you, you have done your part. They're not supposed to be in your life. I keep saying this. The person you have in your inner circle determines what your day-to-day is going to be. Right? So if you've done all of these and that person is still saying, okay, no, because of that, I'm not paying, you've done your part. But don't just sit there and assume that this is what it is. Maybe it might not be it. Right? So check it out. Guys, keep tapping on the like button for us. Check it out for yourself, because the person used to check up on you and due to trust issue problem. So you keep saying, what is the trust? So you keep saying that the trust issue. What did you do? Now you want me to go into the nitty gritty. What did you do? What used to be the relationship between you and that person? You said the person used to be checking on you. What did you do? What transitioned? How did you move from you knowing that he or she checks on you to where they are no more checking on you? Have you gotten time to figure out why they are not checking back on you? Or you think because they are not checking on you, that is the problem, right? You got to you got to come to me with facts. You can't just tell me they used to check on you, they're no more checking on you. So because of trust issue, you can't just say that, right? So you need to do your findings. You need to be there to literally ask yourself that, hey, this is what I have. This is what I used to have with that person. Now things are not going the way they're supposed to go. What did I do? How can I fix this? But again, I said to earlier on that you gotta trust yourself in order to trust that person, right? So if all you're doing is, oh, that person doesn't trust me, or I don't trust that person because our thoughts, facts, because many times that is what we do. We are not checking the facts. We are assuming stuff. And then it ends up costing us. Guys, keep tapping on the like button. Keep sharing your thoughts about the topic that we discuss and trust and its importance, right? And let's make this fun, right? And keep sharing for us too. If let me also know where you all are watching me from, right? Thank you so much. If you don't know what this is a Dose of Encouragement Inc., where we come your way among. This is one part of our umbrella. Our main umbrella is supporting the needy in deprived communities, but this is the second umbrella that is under the main umbrella. So you are welcome, right? If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda, and I am your host and founder of A Dose of Encouragement Inc., right? So Kwame Testimony, you got to come with the facts. You might think that this is what is happening. You might think that this is what that person is doing to me, but you got to trust yourself to trust somebody. It starts with you. So if you don't trust yourself enough, how then do you trust that person? Do you get what I'm saying? Right? And as I said earlier on, it takes years to build trust, but it takes a split second to destroy it. And it takes forever to rebuild it. So if you are not trusting yourself enough to know for a fact that I wouldn't do this, and so that person would not do that. I don't condone this, and so that person wouldn't do that. And all you doing is nitpicking. Oh, I don't trust you because of that. I don't trust you because of that. Do you trust yourself enough? Because it has to start with you, right? I said, remember, once it's broken, you can never get it the same way back. You can never have it as it is. You can never go back to it. He says, per what someone said about you and which you used to do at first, but have changed, and a second person went to tell your destiny helper what you used to do before. So due to that, the person has lost interest in you. It is up to you at this point. What I'm hearing from what you're saying is the person is basing whatever it is on a hearsay. What is your take in that situation? Yes, that person went to tell your destiny helper, this is what you used to do. What is your take in that? You know for a fact that this is what that person has gone to tell your destiny helper. What do you have to do? What action have you taken in place to ensure that you have the time to explain to your destiny helper your side of the story? Maybe that is what that person, that destiny helper of yours is waiting for. Right? But if you basing it off what that person has said to them, and you also are saying, oh, they don't trust me because of what this person said, then that is how it's going to ride. I always say this, a problem you don't hold by the horn remain resident in your life. So if this is what you know that somebody went to tell your destiny helper, what actions have you taken in place to resolve that? What action have you taken in place to clear that if that is not true? Even if that is true, what action have you taken in place to explain yourself to that destiny helper? Right? What have you taken in place? What steps have you put in place to give that person that information, right? Explain your side. There is always two sides or three sides to every story, right? Always two or three to every story. What version of that story was told to that destiny helper? And what version of that story are you holding on? But you have changed and you are explaining things to your destiny helper. But because of what the person said, he has changed towards you. You got to give it time. You don't know exactly the depth of what that person said to that destiny helper, right? You don't know the depth of it. Keep doing what you are doing. Keep going to that destiny helper of yours. Keep explaining yourself to that destiny helper of yours. Guys, if you don't know, you're wondering where I'm getting those questions from, we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, right? Don't give up. Keep going to that destiny helper. If at a certain time you have explained yourself and still allow time to take it course, because sometimes because of whatever is happening or whatever has been said, it would take more than just you explaining. It would take them to the destiny helper to pre-think about this, right? Go back to it again and look at both scenarios. And as I say this, right, if a person cannot be there for you when you are down, they're not worth being in your life, right? If somebody cannot be there for you when you are down, they are not worth being in your life, right? So you've explained your part to them. You've given them the assurance. You've given them what it takes. Now it is up to you to start trusting yourself again. Now it is time for you to start building yourself again. Now it is time to put yourself first, right? Put yourself first. That is what you can do. Yourself first, right? You got to put yourself first. Excuse me. You got to put yourself first. So are you putting yourself first? Kwame testimony. You've done all that you can. You can only do much. You've done all that you can. That destiny helper of yours is saying, no, we're still going to take it the way it is. You've done all you can. Now it is time to focus on you, right? It is time to focus on you. Trust is the highest form of human motivation. It brings out the best in people. It brings out the best in every situation. It brings out the best in everything that you have going on. It brings out the best in what you have going for you. Again, it starts with you. So if you don't trust yourself enough, you tend to push that on others, even when things are not what it seems to be like. Do you trust yourself? Is the question that I'm asking you. The more expectation you have, the more valuable, vulnerable you will be. No, don't lose yourself. Still hold yourself in higher esteem. Still hold your head up. It doesn't matter. Your past mistakes shouldn't define you, right? Your past mistake, and I did a podcast like that on it. It should not define who you are. We all have days or times that we falter. We all have days and times that we do things wrong, right? But that doesn't make us. How we react from here on determines who we are. Your past experiences doesn't make you who you are. But it is also up to you if you choose that is what you're going to, where you're going to remain. right? If you decide that that is what you are going to be or you are going to do, then that is what you get. So, do you trust yourself enough? I'm asking again. Do you trust yourself enough? Because when we look at the importance of trust in every relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's friendship, whether it's a working environment, it all boils around the same thing, right? It builds that relationship. If your relationship are not growing, check the trust aspect of it. Because one person chooses not to trust the other, check that. Meaning anyone that comes my way, that person will send the person away because of my past. No, so you are keeping that person who is spreading information about your past in your life. Are they worth being in your life? Is the question. A person who puts you down every little chance they get should not have preview to your most valuable information. Because as I said earlier on, if they are able to talk to you about others, then they definitely will be able to talk to others about you. Right? So that means that this person that is spreading this information about you is still in your life. Are they worth being in your life? You can love people from afar. That doesn't mean that you are enemies. You can have people or love people from afar. That doesn't mean that you don't like them. That means that you choose you over everything else. Who do you choose? You or that person? They might be family, but you can still love them from afar. Because again, if they are able to talk to people or talk to you about people, then they are definitely won't have any problem talking to others about you. We've all been in situations where we've done a lot for people, where we've done a whole bunch of things for people, and you are being told that you haven't done anything, or you are being told that this I don't like it, or you are being told that I don't really have value for these. Are you going to hate that person if they are family? No. But you love them from afar. They're still gonna be in your life, but not like they used to be. Not like they used to be. Guys, keep tapping on the like buttons for us. Keep tapping on the like button. The more likes we have, the more Facebook and YouTube pushes this out for us. So keep tapping on the like button for us and keep bringing your questions. I'm loving the questions that we have you've brought. I have sucked them, but they still keep an eye on me to spoil my chance. So you are reading too much into this. They're still gonna, they're not going to change. They're still going to do what they were doing, right? But what you tell them, are you giving them information? You are welcome, Raider. How are you doing? You are giving them the information. So are you telling your business out? Certain informations need to be held on. Certain informations need to be hidden. Certain informations need to be kept secret. So they've gone, they're keeping tabs on you. Are you still, maybe they have somebody else feeding them that information? Are you talking too much? Are you sharing your information too much? Again, my brother Kwame testimony, you gotta trust yourself to trust others. You got to trust yourself to trust others. If I don't trust me, how do I trust that person? Right? And that is what you call it, Richmond was asking, should we trust by verifying? Yes. I will be like water, no luxurious, but value. There you go. There you go. I love that we come on here and we learn from each other. There you go. Right? I might not know everything. That is why we learn from each other on here, which I love, right? Guys, if you haven't followed us yet, go ahead and follow us on all our platforms, right? On TikTok, not on TikTok, on YouTube here, on Facebook, right? On LinkedIn as well, right? Follow A Dose of Encouragement Inc. As I said, this is one umbrella that we focus on, right? Learning from each other, building one another up, right? But our main umbrella is we supporting the needy and the orphanages back in Ghana, right? And in the States here, in the US here as well, right? So what do we do now? Because some of us don't even have their contact, but still get information about us. Allow them do what they have to do and be you. Be you. That it starts with you. Guys, that is what we are forgetting to understand. It starts with you. If anything is going to happen, it has to start with you. And if anything is going to end, it has to start with you. Right? It has to start with you. You hold that power. You hold that power in your hand to decide what they are going to know. It doesn't matter what they think of you. It doesn't matter what they hear about you. You do you. It has to start with you. And it has to end with you. We are too wrapped in what people think about me. And we are forgetting, what do I really think of myself? Right? What does that person think of me? How is that person seeing me? Right? Don't give up on yourself, my brother. It's now what, if you give up on yourself, that's the end. It's now worth you giving up on yourself because of what somebody chooses to do. Because somebody chooses not to trust you. It is on them and not you. How? And can I say this again? It is on them and not you. You keep doing you. You keep being truthful to yourself. If your heart is pure, keep doing you. The right people are going to come around. The right people are going to come around. Again, let me take us back to what we spoke of. I believe somewhere last year. Who do you have in your inner circle? Right? They are not trusting you because they themselves, they don't trust themselves. So if that person doesn't trust him or herself, how then do you want him to trust you? Even when you're doing the right thing, even when all you've ever been is being truthful, how do you expect them to trust you? Because they themselves, they cannot hold themselves up. Right? So never give up on yourself because somebody chooses not to trust themselves or choose to take up what somebody has said about you and use it against you without having to take time and look at every situation or look at what you've told them. Choose you over them. Again, it starts with you and it has to end with you. Thoughts are not always facts, right? So if that is that person's thought, it got to be verified. If that person is choosing not to verify it, it is on them and not you. guess what? They lost a valuable thing in you. They lost an important person in you. They lost somebody that could have been of help some way, somehow. It might not be monetary aspect. It might not be you doing any huge thing for them, but they lost an important person in their life because they chose not to trust themselves, to trust you. Something it has taken years to build up. That's what I said. Trust take years to build, but it takes a split second to destroy it. And once that is destroyed, it takes forever to rebuild it. It takes forever to rebuild it. Right? It takes forever to rebuild it. So what are you going to choose? Yourself or them? What are you going to choose? You or them? It start with you. It got to end with you. We didn't even go through all of the what you call it, the importance of it, right? So we're talking about a build relationship. It brings collaboration and teamwork as well. My brother, this is, and if I can tell you this, right? This is what I'm seeing that you doing, right? You are paying too much attention to what people are saying about you other than what you actually see yourself to be. I get it. We build relationships, we build friendship, we build connections, right? And then it get destroyed by a mere statement that somebody says about us, right? But if that person that thing was said to wasn't prudent enough to verify that information, wasn't prudent enough to take time and look into the situation to see if what is being said is true. And even if it's true, what led to that? And they chose to walk away. It's their loss and not yours. And again, I'm going to say it starts with you and it has to end with you. So if all you focus is what somebody is saying to you, if all you focus is how somebody is making themselves look in your life, if all you ever look or ever doing is you believing in what somebody else's say about you, your own life, you are not helping yourself. I'm not saying it is easier to do, especially when you gave that person all honesty, everything you got in you, and it get thrown in your face that I don't trust you, or it get thrown in your face that because of this and that is the reason why. I know it is difficult, but again, it starts with you or that person. If they choose not to trust themselves, it's on them and not you. Do you trust yourself enough? Do you trust yourself to know for a fact that I am being truthful? I am doing everything that I got to do that is requested of me. But if that person chooses to doubt me, it is on them and not you. Right? Kwame testimony, do you get that? Right? We will not get everything that we want in life, especially when it comes to relationship. Because look at it this way, everything starts with trust. Everything starts with us. Everything ends with us. And it is normal. If I trust you, I'm expecting you to trust me. But it doesn't always go like that. Right? I trust him or I trust her, and I'm expecting her to do the same. It doesn't always go like that. So you have to caution yourself or position yourself in a way that, hey, I'm gonna trust, I'm gonna fully trust. If they don't trust me, it's on them, because they lose me and not the other way around. Everything can rise above their everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. There you go. It starts with you. It has to end with you. Right? So how do you see yourself? Says PK isn't easy letting it go. I'm not sure I understand you. What is PK? What is PK radar? Write in full sentences, right? Because I don't understand what this means. Right? It starts with you and it has to end with you. Right? So let's run through the importance, right? It helps overcome obstacles. Right? It helps you in overcoming that obstacle because you trust in yourself fully. You trust in the process. You trust in your ability, right? It reduces stress. Look at him right now. He's stressing because somebody is not believing him. Somebody has gone to say other things to his sis, please. It's easy. It isn't easy letting go. Yes. That's why I said I know it's not gonna be easy. But it starts with you. Choose you over everything else. Choose you. Say hello. Hello. All right, I'll do it for them, okay? Choose you over everything else. Can I go with you on that? Yes, I'm coming, okay? Stop taking that in your. Get down. Get down. Go. Get down. When we finish, we talk about it, all right? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. I didn't get no morning kiss. Right? So choose you over them. How are you choosing you over them? How are you choosing yourself above every situation? Yes, it's not easy to let go. Yes, it's not easy to overcome, but it starts up here. That was my son. Sorry, guys. Right? It starts up here. Right? So, reader, it is not easy to do, yes, but you're going to do it anyway. You're going to condition your mind to start doing it anyway. Right? You're going to condition your mind. You're going to start thinking of you other than thinking about them. Right? So it increases trust, increases productivity as well. Right? Because if you trust in your own ability, if you trust in your own self, you'll be able to not only do more or just do what you have to do, but do more. Right? It helps in resolving conflict because you are choosing to trust yourself. You are choosing to trust in your ability. You are choosing to trust you. It should be you and you and you alone. That doesn't make you selfish. Because again, that person chose not to trust you. That person chose to take other things other than they trusting you. Guys, keep tapping on the like button for us and keep sharing for us. Right? The likes allow it get pushed out for us. Thank you. Right? It helps in supporting one another. And I said, remember, everything starts with trust. Everything starts with you. Everything starts with you, that person that is sitting in that seat. Oh, but I trusted this person. I gave this person my full trust and they shattered it. It's on them. And now you. It's on them. So this week, as we go out there, we are going to build us, right? We are going to take us and work on us. Because guess what? It starts with us. It has to start with us. If that person chooses not to trust you, it's on them because they chose not to trust themselves. Sometimes you do everything that you can. Sometimes you giving it 1,001%. Sometimes you going all out. And if that person would still not trust you, they're not going to trust you. It goes hand in hand. He's asking, what is the relationship between trust and vulnerability? It goes hand in hand. Because when you trust, you put yourself out there. When you trust, you open up, right? That is why you are able to have a conversation with that person, tell them what you're dealing with, how you are feeling, and all of that. So it goes hand in hand, right? Because the moment you trust, you become vulnerable. That is why it has to start with verification. The moment you trust, you open yourself up for what is to come. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to trust because that is what we have. But it needs to be built on verification. You can't just trust anybody you see on the street. That's why I said earlier on, for me, if I get to become close to you, I have done my findings, right? I have verified everything that I got with you. It needs to be tested. So if I start to open up more to you, if I start to have more conversation or have you do more things to me, I have trusted or I have verified. Yes, you can. What is the reason why he's asking, can you trust someone you fear? What is the reason why you are afraid of them? That has to be factored into this as well. It could be you are afraid of them because of something that is not related to trust. It could be you are afraid of them because of something else and not trust. We are afraid of our parents, but we trust them, yeah? Because we know that if we do the wrong thing, they're not going to spare us, but we trust them. So it's the same thing. So, what is the reason why you are afraid of that person? Because being afraid of them and trusting them is two separate things, right? Being afraid of them and trusting them is two separate things. So, yes, you can trust somebody that you are afraid of. It depends on what the situation around the fear. Right? Did I answer your question? Guys, keep tapping on the like button for us. If there is any more questions, please feel free and put in the chat for us, right? And keep the like buttons for us. Today we've gone over our time because questions are coming and I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So that is why I am taking time to answer everybody's questions, right? As much as we can. Right? So yes, you can trust somebody that you are afraid of. But also look into what are you afraid about that person? What exactly are you afraid of concerning that person? And that will be factored into whether you have to trust them or not. Right? Any more questions? Any more questions? I love today's session. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions for this topic or any contributions? You can feel free and put it in the chat, right? You can feel free and put it in the chat. The question I posed is whether trust and fear can ever exist at the same time. You, 1 second. No, you wrote, can you trust someone you fear? And then I answered yes, right? I didn't see that one that you said, um, whether trust and fear can ever exist at the same time. Yes, they can. That's why I said you got to look at what exactly you are afraid about that person, right? You can trust somebody but still be afraid of them. And that's why I use our parents as an example, right? Especially if you have a no-nonsense parent, right? You know for a fact that if you do this thing, they're not going to spare you. So you are going to be afraid of them, but you also trust them to have your best interest at heart. It's the same way, right? But it is on scenario basis as well, right? So fear and trust can exist in the same at the same time. Yes, they can. They can. They can exist at the same time. Good questions, right? They can exist at the same time. You have to choose and pick which one you dealing with. But you cannot deal with all both of them at the same time, right? So let me see if there's any more question that I missed in the chat. Today our Facebook audience are very interactive. We like that. So what do you do now cause of somebody? Okay, I think I answered. They don't have your contact, but they still get information about you. I answered that, right? Alrighty. Um, I think we've answered all questions on today's session. But guys, it's that time of the year again, right? Our social impact project is coming on this year, right? August the 16th, to be precise, is where we go out into the community, right? A deprived community in Ghana, where we support the orphanage. Okay, so somebody has a question about what we're talking. For example, I may be afraid of my boss because I believe he is going to give me demotion and suggest I get some training on how to get along with people better. I am afraid of her because of the action she would take, while on some level I am trusting her to do what she believes is right. Yes. So if you, then that means that you the your employer or your boss know exactly what she's talking about, because if you are not getting along with other people, it brings less productivity, right? So with that, yes, yes. Yep, you are on the right path thinking that. Yes, so you can trust her and you can still be afraid of her because of her position. Yes, because she might demote you, so then it compels you to do the right thing. Again, it boils back to, it starts with you and it has to end with you. Do you see that? Can you respect someone you do not trust, and can you trust someone you? Yes. Good questions. Yes, and yes. So he's asking, can you respect someone you do not trust? Yes. And can you trust someone you do not respect? Yes. Again, they are two separate things. What is the reason why you do not respect them? Is it on the same level or is it on a different level? Remember, respect is earned, right? And not demanded, right? Respect goes both ways, right? So if you do not respect them, what is the reason why you do not respect them? Is this something that can be worked on? Then work on it. Work on you getting to a place where you respect them at the same time trusting them. Right? So it goes hand in hand. Right? So I hope I answered your question. So as I was saying, we are going into one deprived community in Ghana, right? Pokorom to be precise, right? Where we support these students with educational materials. And so each student is going to have a backpack like that, right? And as you can see, that is our logo on there, Dose of Encouragement Inc. And they're going to have exercise book, right? And they're going to have some educational material. What do you mean how? How on what? On the question you asked earlier on? if you can respect someone and so trust them, yes, you have to start by finding ways. What is the reason why you don't respect them? What did they do? Right? What exactly is preventing you from trusting them? Because as I said, respect is earned and not demanded, right? That person should have some type of respect for you in order to respect them. So if all that person is doing is demeaning you, if all that person is belittling you, and yet want you to respect them, that 9 out of 10 times doesn't happen. 9 out of 10 times doesn't happen, because what that person is doing is demanding you respecting them. But it has to be on a mutual level, right? It has to be on a mutual level. So as I was saying earlier on, right, where each student will get exercise book, right, about 2 or 3 exercise book with some other educational material. Yes, social impact projects. And I am super pumped about it this year, right? We go out there and we support that brilliant but needy student out there, right? That brilliant but needy student out there. That is what we are doing, and I am excited. I am extending the extending it to anybody out there who would want to be a part of this year's social impact project, right? We also have pens and goodies for them that will go into this, but the things are already in Ghana currently, and I am super excited for that, right? So if you want to be part of this year's social impact project, where we go all the way leads to Ebri, right? Pokorum, all road leads to Ebri Pokorum, which from what I'm looking at is gonna be huge, because they're trying to get other things involved, right? So I am super excited for this year's project. We are also officially recognized by the Ghana government, right? So yes, we had registration for the organization with the Registrar General, but we also needed to get our NPO with the NPO Secretariat to have that recognition, and we have that. So now it's official. ADOEI, a Dose of Encouragement Inc., is officially recognized in Ghana. Yes, we were recognized, but now it is official. So now you can support this worthy cause. If you were sitting on the fence waiting on that level, right, for us to do that, you can literally support us, right? If you want to be partnered with us, if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be a volunteer, right? Because the company is growing as well, right? Like-minded people, you are more than welcome to be part of us. As you can see, that is the recognition from Ghana government, right? So we are, and then we are also registered in the states here. We are a 501c company, right? So you can, as a matter of fact, donate and then write it off, right? We are 501c company. So all road leads to Pokorum. If someone has let me down in the past, and my brother, this is the reason why you have to come early, and I have lost respect for that person, then there is no basis for trust. There is. It starts with you, it has to end with you. You have to determine if it is worth repairing that. If it is worth repairing that. If it is worth repairing that. So it starts with you, right? So if you want to be part of this, let me know. Let the management know, let myself or George, or you can use the message us tab on our website, www.adoei.org, right? And message us that I want to be a part of this, right? As I said, we are also opening the floor to volunteers as well, right? People that sees the vision and wants to be part of it, right? People that are willing to put in the work, right? We're looking for volunteers on every city level, right? In Ghana level, right? So every city in Ghana, we're looking for volunteers, we're looking for representatives from there. So if you are passionate about helping your community, if you are passionate about helping that fellow, that little child, because our goal is to be a beacon of hope. to anybody out there. That is why we do these social impact project every year, right? This is our fourth year, or no, this is our third year of we doing this, right? And I am floored because we get to be a beacon of hope. We get to see that smile on that person's face. We get to see that smile on that child's face. So after we do that of Ghana, and then we'll be doing what the one here, right, in North Carolina, right, when everything is sorted out for the Ghana Social Impact Project. So feel free and reach out to us, right, through our website, and let us know how best you can assist. As I said, we are a 501c company in the US here, so you can write it off if you have to support us, right? And we are also acknowledged in Ghana as well. You can also write that off as well, right? Isn't that beautiful? But we believe in a heart that cares to a hands that give, right? It doesn't matter the amount, right? All that matters is the heart behind it. That is why I do this. That is why I am passionate. That is why I formed this nonprofit in the first place, right? Where we go out there and we support one another. If you want to be part of it, you are more than welcome. If you want us to get you t-shirt for the project, you are more than welcome. I will be in Ghana for that project, right? So you are more than welcome to join us on the 16th of August, right, where we go and support. So let me show you all the flyer, right? Let me show you all the flyer. Let me show you. I'm super pumped on this, right? Where we go and support that needy Barbarian student, right? That is us right there. So you are more than welcome to hop on here or reach out to us in any shape, way, or form that you can be of assistance to us. If you want to be an support us with your prayers, with your presence, with your materials, with your goods. We are more than happy to receive that. But let's go out there and bless these kids. Let's go out there and support these individuals that God has blessed us to support, right? Until then, if you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda, and I am the founder of A Dose of Encouragement Inc., right? Where our main goal and our main mission is to help eradicate global poverty in our own small way, in our own little way, right? It doesn't matter about the amount, but the support that we are able to give to them, right? This past April, we did a day with the homeless here in North Carolina, where we basically fed over 70 homeless individuals whilst giving them clothing as well, right? And the joy on their faces is what keeps me moving, me and my husband moving. It's that joy that keeps me going, right? So don't get left out. Don't get left out. Don't get left out. Let's support this worthy cause, right? And be blessed, because I believe in blessing. There is blessing in giving. Until I come your way again, let's keep pushing this video out, right, to everybody that we think that will be in need of this. Trusting, right, is very important. Trusting one another is the way to go. So until I come your way again, my name is Amanda Akrofi Aye. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for hopping on here every Saturday with me and making this interactive and making for us to learn from one another. Until I come your way again, I love you all so much, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until then, I sign out. Stay blessed and have a fruitful Saturday and a good week ahead. Bye for now.